Hey guys, so welcome to another World of Warcraft video. Today's video is going to be a little different. There's no video really attached to it. It's kind of like a screenshot video. And that's because it's just a prediction video. It's really not going to be that long. But I wanted to do one because I have some hopes for, quite a few things that I thought I'd share with you guys, and you guys can share with me what your predictions are as well if you want in the comment section. So for WoW, figure we start with my game. And for WoW, I'm sure you guys know how WoW goes. Every 2 years is an expansion. We're on that second year. Last year was the Blizzcon without an expansion, so we're getting an expansion. That is, that's not even really a prediction. That's just we know because that's the way the systems go. And I also, with that new expansion, I predict it's going to be a death-related expansion. So that's what my prediction is. It's not really the fact that the expansion will exist, but it's more that I think it's going to be a death-related expansion, and I'm really hoping for some really cool shit with the next expansion. BFA kind of sucked, and I knew that from Alpha, and I think we just need that really great expansion to just get us in there, right? I also predict that with WoW, there is gonna be a new class to play. And the reason I predict that is because this isn't like the confirmed way they've done it, but just off of me playing for 15 years and like watching their system that they go, it's what I've noticed. I've noticed that 1 year is generally a new race. And then another year, the next year is usually a new class. And then back to a new race. And then back to a new class. And we've been getting allied races left, right, and center here. So I believe that was, the year of the races. So we should be getting a new class. I really hope that if that is the case, which it should be, but if it is, I really hope it's something like really unique. I'm so tired of these fucking allied races that are the same but different. You know what I mean? And so I hope they do better with the new class. Have it be unique, kind of like the Demon Hunter was. The Demon Hunter was an awesome, unique class. I loved that. So that's my predictions for WoW. I also am hoping that maybe Titan Forging will be out of the way. They have been talking about doing that for the next patch, but they're also mentioning that it might just be substituted with something else. I just want anything that gives off that same type of action to just be gone. And if mythics are going to be back in the picture, I want them to be fun like they were in Legion. The BFA mythics have been like, ugh. I just do them to do them because I need gear, but, need my weekly cash. But other than that, they're just not as fun as the Legion ones were. Okay, so I think that calls it for, WoW. I could add more like I hope there's new mounts and I hope there's new pets and blah, blah. We know there's going to be new mounts, new pets, new achievements. Like, no point in even mentioning that. So we're just going to move on to the next game. I am kind of putting the games in order that I play them, so I guess if you don't know much about me, that's a good way to learn which Blizzard games I love the most. So on to the next game. Okay, so the next one is Diablo. Yes, I realize I'm using like an old Diablo picture. No, I'm not hoping for a redo of the original. Of course, I'm, hoping for D4. And my prediction for that is that we will actually hear some news. I think they are going to actually I don't know if they'll show us something. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that they show us something. But I think they're going to at least talk about Diablo 4. And they really need to. They need to settle fans down, and they need to let us know that we're not just hoping for something that isn't even being worked on. There's been rumors that it's being worked on, but there has been nothing confirmed. We don't know that hiring was for D4. Last year they told us a bunch of stuff. Did we get any info? No, we got Immortal instead, right? So I don't believe anything until I see it. I am not believing anything that people are saying online right now regarding it. But I do think we are going to get some news on that angle. However, I don't think we would have a release date for a long time. I'm anticipating that from the time they actually show us some footage of the game, from that time we're looking at probably 4 years. That's what I'm guessing. There's so many people that think we're going to have a D4 in 2020. I do not think that's the case whatsoever. I think we would be lucky to have it by 2024. That's the year I'm kind of going at. I think 2024, assuming they are working on it, is when we would have it. So my prediction is just to hear news about D4. It's not to get released, because, we won't for a while. And those are basically the two real Blizzard games I play. Bigger ones. So the next ones I'm going to mention, they're games that I play, just not regularly. I'm more casual in the rest of these games. So let's move on to the next ones. Okay, so for Overwatch, it has been a long time since I've actually played Overwatch. It's one of those games that it's hard to get me into the game, but once I've logged in and I'm playing all night. So I have a lot of fun playing Overwatch. It's just actually logging into the game that's the difficult part for me. So yeah, my favorites in this game are Mercy and Reaper. I really like those two. They're all good, but those are my two favorites. So I don't really follow Overwatch too much, so I don't know what to really expect, but I imagine that they'd be bringing in another character. I feel like it's been a little bit since we've seen a new character get added to the mix. And I realize this is, an older photo. I don't even think all the new characters are in here. But what you gonna do? I'll work with what I got, people. Anyway, moving on to the next. Okay, next up is Heroes of the Storm. Another game that takes me a bit to log into, but once I'm in there, I'm playing all night. I, again, don't really follow it, so I don't know what to really expect. But I would love to see some more WoW characters added in. So yeah, I realize they have quite a bit. Heroes of the Storm has come a long way since they first started, and there is a lot of characters in there. But yeah, I would love to see some more characters in there. Okay, so Starcraft II would be our next one. And I have nothing that I can add to this one. I put it up here in case you guys are StarCraft players and you wanted to add your predictions into the comments. But me, I own the game. I bought it when there was some sort of sale on. I've been wanting to play it, but I am so hooked to WoW that I just never get into it. But now that I have decided to go back to, well, it's not really go back to, focusing YouTube, but to only focus YouTube and not so much streams anymore, I may finally log into this game. And, I'll do it as a YouTube video, of course. And, we'll do some stuff. Finally, I will check out this game because I have had it for so long and I just never log in. I think a big part of it is I'm under the understanding that once you've done the solo campaign for StarCraft, you're screwed. You need friends, right? And I'm mainly a solo player. Yeah. Like, don't get me wrong, if friends are on and they want to play, sure, but I don't really have anyone that plays StarCraft. So yeah, I'd be solo, and I don't like being solo in a multiplayer world. Like, I like to do that shit with friends. So that's kind of what steered me away from it, but we could at least do the campaign stuff. So as far as predicting, I got nothing. Like, who knows? You guys think they're, like, on their way to a StarCraft III, maybe? I don't know. I really know nothing of this game, but I do know that StarCraft II has been out for a while, so maybe, I don't know, maybe it's time for a new world, but like I said, I got nothing. Okay, so Hearthstone is another one that I don't play very often. However, I used to. I used to play a lot of Hearthstone on lunch breaks and stuff. Because it's one of those games that you can just have a quick match and then vanish, right? As far as their new stuff, I just always imagine that, like, they just bring out card packs. However, I feel like they're probably due for an expansion. So I imagine we're probably going to get a Hearthstone expansion. However, Hearthstone's going to be a dangerous little category for this BlizzCon because of the protests, which I'm not going to go too far into because they are actually part of my prediction video, which I will be leaving till the end of the video. So spoiler. Anyway, moving on to the next game. Okay, so next up is Warcraft III Reforged. My prediction for this one is that the beta will open up during BlizzCon. I just have a feeling. I have a feeling that during the BlizzCon weekend, they will open up the beta. And I definitely think that we're going to get the release date. I think we are going to know when this is getting released by the time BlizzCon is over. So that's my predictions for this one. Okay, so next up and last is the protest. Now, for those that don't know much of what's going on, honestly, I highly would just recommend, looking online. But basically, Blitzchung, who is a Hearthstone streamer, he basically chose to speak out regarding the events that are going on in Hong Kong right now, and Blizzard did not like that, and so they banned him for a year. They later on realized how big of a ban that was, and they took the 1-year ban and put it to a 6-month. At this point, they had finally responded to some of the outrage. It took them a few days, though. Let's just say people didn't really believe them. It took a while to respond, and it it didn't seem real, right? So this picture here is actually their own employees, setting up a protest, basically. And then also there is actually a Discord and I believe even a Reddit of other people setting up a protest for the Hong Kong. And yeah, so this is going to be quite the interesting BlizzCon. Yeah. So my predictions is havoc, basically. Like, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I predict a protest, because I think it's pretty clear we're going to have that. But my predictions is, I think that there's going to be high-end security, much higher than they have had in the past. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw people, getting dragged out of the buildings, consistently throughout the convention. And yeah, I just think there is going to be a lot of protest. And Blizzard has not been really making their fans happy for the past couple of years now. For some, much longer than that. But as far as like BlizzCon, I always knew BlizzCon to actually go good as a convention, but last year was like the first year they got booed off the stage, basically, and now there's this for this year. So I think Blizzard really needs to turn the tables around somehow, and they need to show their fans that they're still important, but unfortunately Blizzard isn't Blizzard anymore. That's why I haven't really trusted them in quite a while. And it's because ever since Activision kind of took over, there's been a lot of changes for the bad. Okay, so that's all I got. Thanks for listening, guys. I know this was more a video that you just kind of minimize and listen to me chat, because there's really not much for video. It's just screenshots here and there. I do, appreciate the fact that you still stuck around to listen to my predictions without, some super entertainment going on in the background. I really didn't feel like doing a video for this one because, my predictions are of things that don't exist. And I like to, when I do a video, I like to be doing a video of what I'm talking about for the most part, right? So yeah, it just made more sense to do a screenshot. So these are my predictions. Let me know what your predictions are. Also let me know, are you going to BlizzCon personally, or are you going to be watching it through virtual ticket? If you are part of our community, a viewer that shows up, more regularly, I guess we'll say, and you want to meet up, I will be at BlizzCon. I'm also going to be there with a couple of people from stream. So if you are also going, just let us know. We can all meet up, have, a beer or something. We'll figure something out. So yeah, those are my predictions. And we will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.